Hey, what's going on, Aquarius? Thanks for watching Luminant Libra. This is going to be the second half of September 2018. Welcome. You made it through the half of September. How was your new moon? Were you able to set great intentions? I hope so. Alright, just getting your cards ready for you. I've already been meditating. Alright, Aquarius. What types of things do we have to look forward to in the second half of September? Oh, Aquarius. While I'm thinking about it, this announcement pertains to you and you only, Aquarius. I'm going to do something a little bit extra special for Aquarius this time around because, well, Aquarius, if you watch the first half of September's read, then you just know exactly how atrocious it really was. It was the very, very first reading that I ever uploaded here at YouTube, and the first time I ever even recorded myself doing a read. So I appreciate you guys bearing with how bare everything was and how raw it was also. So with that being said, Aquarius, to help remedy that, I am going to be pulling a few more extra cards. Whatever I'm guided to pull extra, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys that added information, that added insight into the second half of your September, because I do appreciate you. I really do. All right, Aquarius, one more shuffle, and I believe... Oh. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. How is the second half of September shaping up for us? Okay. We have the Hanged Man. So Aquarius, for a lot of you, I feel like some of you, you guys feel like maybe you guys are coming into the second half of September very stagnant. Maybe you feel like, for some of you, you feel like there is a holdup in your plans. For some of you, you feel like you are waiting on somebody to make a decision about the way things are moving forward between you two, or with a situation like maybe you're waiting for, you know, you've already done the work as far as like getting a new job and now you're just waiting to hear back. Or maybe you're waiting to hear about the promotion. Did you get it? Or maybe, you know, for some of you, you are just waiting. You're in a period of just limbo as you are moving through the second half of September. Maybe for a lot of you, you feel like the first half of September was very slow and, you know, slow moving. You know, there really weren't a lot of expectations. For some of you, I even feel like even while you were not experiencing a lot of movement during the first half of September, I feel like now in the second half of September, you're actually utilizing this time more to be able to understand the things that you need to do, or have yourself better prepared for what's coming, because, you know, this won't last forever, of course. So a lot of you, you may even be like perfecting a craft. You may be even discovering a new hobby, something that you didn't know that you liked, or maybe something that, you know, you liked before and you kind of, you know, held back on it, and now it's coming back around to you. And so this, so it's not all negative. It's not necessarily that positive. But I do feel like for a lot of you, on the positive side of things, as like I said, while you are stagnant or while you are in a period of limbo or waiting, I feel like, you know, maybe you're studying, maybe you're going to school, you know, you're learning, and you're coming into a sense of enlightenment about what you need to do next. Or about just making sure that you're prepared for when things really do start to move. Okay? Yeah. I feel like for a lot of you, Aquarius, you know, the holdup is kind of like, you know, you are in between two opportunities. You can't necessarily choose exactly between two things that you want to move forward with. On one hand, you have like, you know, endless possibilities. You know, you have one opportunity that could afford you with endless possibilities going forward, but then you also may have another, you know, priority. You know, something that isn't bad, but it's just more of a stable priority. Maybe it's the choice between, like, you know, a dream and, you know, something that you've always wanted to do, or, you know, what you can do now that's going to, you know, allow you to be able to move forward. So, you know, you're trying to decide which particular avenue is going to give you more longevity once you start moving forward. Yeah, I feel like you're really taking your time to really strategize exactly how you're going to go about doing this. I feel like there could also be right now somebody that is presently in your life that could be providing you with maybe a lot of encouragement. Maybe they are very like emotionally supportive of you as you try, you know, maybe they even are very, you know, helpful, and maybe they're kind of like an anchor in a way. Like an emotional anchor for you as you try to decide, you know, between which path that you're going to actually take in life. You know, like I feel like for some of you Aquarius, you could just be like at the fork in a road, and, you know, emotionally, you know, you're tied to two outcomes, but you're just held up in trying to decide which one. Yeah, Aquarius, I feel like coming, you know, into making this decision, I feel like what you'll be doing is you'll actually be reflecting on both situations, maybe even like, you know, planning both situations before things even really happen, to decide what, you know, is going to be best for you. But while you're doing that, again, there could be like a water sign or just somebody that, you know, you can lean on emotionally, that's going to be able to aid you in making that decision, at least by anything, at least, you know, by just being an emotional anchor for you, or just being somebody that you know, pour all of your emotions into. Because, you know, this King of Cups, I mean, he has a big cup, you know what I mean? And he's just like, listen, you know, I'm here, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening, like, I got you, you know what I mean? Like, that's a good friend to have, or a good person in your corner to have. You know, it could be, maybe for a lot of you, it could be your father, you know, and they could even be the person that's giving you this insight into, you know, the things that you actually need to pay attention to. You know, pay attention to the red flags in each decision. Like, they're like really helping you to like literally fine tooth each decision and, you know, really decide. And that's just really what's causing a lot of the stagnation. Your best path to follow. Okay, so what I'm feeling like here for a lot of you Aquarius is that I almost feel like you're kind of, I mean, you are an air sign, so sometimes, you know, you can really be wrapped up in your head, and, you know, and then when you get into your head about situations, you know, now you start to have emotions about your own thoughts. And I really feel like a lot of you may think it's kind of, well, it may be very easy for a lot of you to be wrapped up in like negative outcomes of each situation, more so of the positive outcomes. And that also does, you know, and you can't necessarily see the good for the bad, you know what I mean, in each situation. And it's just very interesting, because that's exactly the reason why you're hung up, is because you can't see the good for the bad. And you do have this person that's helped giving you perspective. In Aquarius, I feel like this person is, like I said, is very, very, like they're trying to, like, I feel like they are probably like maybe a father or maybe an uncle, or like for some of you, just somebody that you really do look up to a lot. and, you know, to the point to where, you know, you actually hear the things they say to you and it resonates, and you begin to actually, you know, call to the carpet the things that you are considering doing, like seriously, because you know you have to move, but just don't get hung up in the bad that's going on, or don't get hung up in the disappointment that you've had thus far in goals that you've tried to accomplish, because that's why you won't be able to make the decision on which would be a successful goal, because you'll always be looking at it like, okay, well, how bad am I going to fail at each one? Right now, in your current position, I see here the Prince of Swords. So this could be you. This is your own energy. This is air sign energy, Aquarius. And basically this is telling me here that right now, again, you already know within your mind that you definitely need movement and you need to move out of this stagnation. And what this is telling me here is that, so for some of you who are actually seeing, you know, the more negative in situations than the positive in situations, then I feel like right now this is your energy coming through to combat that and actually get rid of that, okay? Because the hangman won't stay stagnant for too long. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is just the second half of September. So for some of you, you know, this, depending on when you watch this, this could hit you anywhere between now, which is the 11th when I'm recording, and, you know, headed into October, you know. But I feel like this is you or somebody that is in your life that could also be another air sign, Aquarius as yourself, or a Gemini or a Libra. I feel like this is that energy coming through to basically, you know, combat and confront this negative way of, you know, moving through your situations, or this kind of like, you know, pessimistic way of moving through your situations. And this is that energy coming to combat that. Yeah, and with here you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the funny thing is Capricorn just had this as well in the same position, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So what this is telling me here is, again, you're stagnant right now, Aquarius, or you may be feeling stagnant or just slow paced, because, you know, right now I feel like you're not seeing the forest from the trees, you know? Like you're just really wrapped up emotionally in maybe the way things went in the past, or maybe you're kind of plugging negative thinking into the situations that you want to come to fruition here. And I feel like what's happening here is, you know, you could be, you know, manifesting. You're afraid that you might actually, you know, you're afraid that the situations aren't going to work out the way that you intend to. And what's going to happen is that for a lot of you, that may even be the case, because, you know, you are so, you know, hung up on what was negative that, yeah, you're going to, the universe is going to give you back negative. Okay. And we just had the Virgo new moon. So, you know, if a lot of you have been feeling that way, and that was only a couple of days ago. So if a lot of you have already been feeling that way, then Aquarius, just try to pay attention to that. And going forward right now, go ahead and still just try to think positively. Because I see you combating this. I see you wanting to come through and combat this negative energy. It's like you have come to the perspective already that you can see the way that you've been thinking about in a pessimistic way. But do indeed try to think more positively, Aquarius. And then the Princess of Pentacles, and that's so crazy because Capricorn had the Princess of Pentacles also in this same position. And you guys saw that I shuffled on camera. And not to make this reading about Capricorn, Aquarius. I mean, this is definitely all about you. Maybe you could be dealing with somebody and that is a Capricorn. And, you know, this is definitely Capricorn energy, earth sign energy. So you could be dealing with somebody that is a Capricorn that could be feeding, like, while this person is giving you like emotional, you know, support and, you know, in a positive way, this Capricorn person or earth sign person in general could be more of like a peer or someone who is, you know, just more on like your level of things. And, you know, it's kind of like you guys are like in the same category, you know, like you're both reversed. You guys are kind of like in the same category. And that's kind of what I did allude to here in the Capricorn reading too, because in the Capricorn reading, well, you can go watch that for yourself. You know, maybe this resonates with you if you're dealing with a Capricorn or if there's a Capricorn in your life. But Aquarius, basically, this is just saying to us that if we don't come to a new perspective and in the ways of moving forward, this could also result in missed opportunity, okay? In these particular choices that you can make with your life, you're going to maybe miss out on both of them because, you know, here, what you need to call to the carpet is you need to, like, you know, say, listen, okay, no more negative thinking, no more pessimistic ways of seeing situations. You know, I can't move forward. My wheels can't move forward because I'm looking down, you know. So I just really feel like for a lot of you, you know, this could just indicate like a missed opportunity or opportunities passing you by, both opportunities passing you by. And then now you feel like, you know, you've wasted resources or wasted energy, maybe even wasted time with even trying to consider doing things. But I just want to get a better understanding of why you feel so stagnant. Like, I mean, yes, we understand that, you know, you may have some pessimistic ways of seeing certain situations, Aquarius, and it's not necessarily saying it's a negative way. I just feel like for a lot of you, it's just it's a matter of, you know, you are an idealist to an extent. Like, you know, you always want to come into new perspective. You're always thinking, but at the same time, you do try to be very realistic as well. And it's kind of, you know, it just kind of brings you like a head over heart kind of deal. So, some more clarification here for the Hanged Man. Clarification for the Hanged Man, please, for Aquarius, second half of September. Well, this is way too many cards, but the very first card that popped up, that turned over, we have here the Empress. Now, with the Empress, because I'm not going to take all these cards, I'm just going to take the one that popped over. Well, it was way too many, but this is the one that literally stuck out. Or was, you know, as you saw, was on top. So, the Empress here, this could indicate here that, you know, like, what I see, honestly, what I see here is I see like masculine energy, and then I see some very feminine energy here. And Aquarius, this could indicate to me here that, you know, for some of you, there could be like a mother and a father that you're going in between. Like, I won't say going in between, but like, you know, maybe your father is giving you a certain type of support, but your mother is also giving you a certain type of support. And, you know, you're having a hard time trying to decide which you need, you know, that's going to, you know, bring you further in life. A lot of you, it could be that I see, like, I don't know why I see a mother and father, but I see a mother and a father together, you know, both of them bringing you the emotional support that you need, and therefore, you know, maybe the mother is probably, for a lot of you, the mother may be a little bit more dominant than your father, who, not saying that your father is weak, but, you know, your father, I do see him being strong, but I also see that, you know, I just feel like they have a wonderful dynamic for a lot of you Aquarius, and, you know, they're together, giving you that support. For some of you Aquarius, I also just feel like maybe your mother is no longer with us, and you know, all you have right now is your father, and your father is doing the best that he can, but your mother does still, you know, provide guidance to you. You know, your mother still feeds you with maybe dreams and, you know, to counteract the pessimistic views that you have, Aquarius. So it could be that, you know, you're just, you know, you're getting, not only are you getting, you know, like strategic, you know, support in how you move through this life, but I feel like you're also getting a lot of spiritual support, maybe from a mother figure or a mother who is no longer with us. And if that is the case, you know, my condolences to you, Aquarius. And Spirit, I'm going to clarify this Prince of Swords energy. Who is this Prince of Swords? And is it Aquarius? Is it some other air sign? If it's someone else's in Aquarius' life? Please do it. Ooh. The Moon. Alright, so Aquarius, I feel like for some of you, I feel like there is somebody that is in your energy. Like I said, they are either an Aquarius such as yourself, or a Gemini or a Libra. I feel like right now they're in your energy. I feel like they do bring you a lot of like, you know, there's somebody that you can actually confide in. Like you can tell all of your secrets to. You can tell all of your things that, you know, nobody really knows about you just from looking at you. And I feel like that is a lot of the ways how you're going to move through, you know, seeing things in a pessimistic view, so that you can, you know, turn this wheel back around, because ultimately that's what we want to do. I feel like what a lot of you need to do, Aquarius, is, you know, if you do have somebody in your life right now that is a air sign, a fellow air sign, or like I said, just somebody that just gives you logical views, you know, there's somebody that you can tell your strategies to, you know, that you can trust. There's somebody that, this is somebody that, you know, you can, you know, somebody that you wouldn't mind, you know, guiding you through the unknown. Because this person, you know, they just have this confidence about, you know, the way that they move. Also, for some of you Aquarius, this might even be you. You know, this could be even yourself, you know, being that person, you know, for other people to guide on, you know, or to lean on, as far as, you know, you may even be experiencing in the second half of September, like people telling you their secrets and telling you their goals and dreams that they maybe don't tell a lot of other people. And that could be what is inspiring you to even move forward, and even realizing that you're not necessarily moving anywhere right now, is because, you know, you're hearing other people's ambitions and goals, and it's inspiring you. And that's good. I mean, that's like, you know, spirituality from above, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you're getting two major arcana down here as well. So spirituality from below as well. And I just believe that's really great. Alright. Spirit, can you just have some more additional advice, please, in how Aquarius should move through the second half of September? Some guidance on how Aquarius can move through the second half of September. What they should expect more from the second half of September, please. Ooh. All right. So we have the Oracle. Seek wisdom and guidance from the elders. So Aquarius, what this is telling me here is, this is saying to us that, you know, for a lot of you, like I was saying here, for a lot of you, the ways that you're going to be able to move from your stagnation, from seeing things in a pessimistic view, is by actually confiding in people, you know, your hopes and your fears, and, you know, just kind of the things that, you know, that make you tick, and, you know, not usually the things that you would, you know, confess out loud to others, right? So I feel like with this card, this is telling us, you know, listen, you know, maybe the people that you may need to confide in could be people that are like, you know, like elderly members of your family. You know, they have access to a lot of great knowledge. You know, it could just even be people, you know, elderly people in general. For some of you, maybe, you know, you work at a nursing home and you guys, you know, deal with a lot of elderly people who want to have conversations. Just listen to the things that they even have to say, because sometimes they could maybe spill something out, you know, and it's like just a negative truth. It's like, oh my God, like, I didn't know, you know? All right, Aquarius. So again, we have the moon. You will be guided through the darkness. Here's your own energy. Here, air. Seek union of mind and spirit. And then here, the chimera. Your imagination clouds your judgment. So what this is telling us, Aquarius, is, again, like I said, as you seek wisdom and knowledge, maybe from your elders or from, you know, maybe you're even guided spiritually. You know, I feel like a lot of you people, you know, you might be moving more into the elements of more spirituality, things that might be a little bit more taboo is what you're drawing a lot of your wisdom from, and that's okay, you know, because if that's what you have to do to really seek your guidance, then that's fine, you know. And I feel like, you know, that is very authentic of you to do, but this is your energy right here. You're seeking that union of your mind and spirit, and you're trying to make things you're trying to understand this reality by your experiences, you know, with the physical as well as with the spiritual. And, you know, you, for a lot of you, you know, you are trying to figure out how the both of them can work in your life. And right here with the chimera is telling me here that your imagination clouds your judgment. So for some of you, it just indicates that you could just be up in your own head about situations, which we already know that with the Hanged Man, that you're up in your head about situations and why you're not moving forward. But for some of you, like I said, you're perfecting, like I said earlier in the video, you're perfecting your own craft here. For some of you, you may even be seeking a more of a spiritual basis. And, you know, this is you in your own energy doing that. And then it's also here, this is telling me that you are able to blend what you know with what you don't know to come up with your own experiences and moving forward in a more, for some of you maybe even in more psychic experiences. And by that, I mean, you just may be getting in touch with, you know, things that you, things in your psyche that you may have not been in touch with before. And so Aquarius, that's actually really great energy. This is a really positive read. You know, we just have to be able to learn how we can combat our pessimistic views. And you can do that by just confiding in your elders, confiding in the people that are your support system, that, you know, I don't see anybody going against the things that you decide to believe in, or the things that bring you, you know, clarity. I don't see anybody, you know, standing in your way other than you, you know. So Aquarius, this has been a very great read. Thanks so much for viewing Luminant Libra, Aquarius. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day.